Guys, we were guests of Sister Amara and Chef Zakia from the Household Express on Radio Islam.
If you missed the live broadcast, this is a replay of the interview. Oh, and this is a 20-minute video, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Now get ready for a deliciously heartwarming episode as we welcome the dynamic father-son duo behind some of TikTok's most mouth-watering content. Meet Ahmed Essa, a home cook with passion for flavor who balances life in the motor industry with creating viral food videos that bring families together around the table. Alongside him is his son, Sahal Essa, a qualified pastry chef whose creativity and sweet masterpieces have earned him a loyal following online. Together, they blend tradition and creativity, and today they're sharing their journey, their favorite recipes, and the magic of cooking. Whether it's savory dishes or sweet treats, the Essas know how to bring the heat and the fun. Let's dive into Cooking with the Essas. Assalamu alaikum, Ahmed and Sahal.
Wa alaikum salam.
Jazakallah for taking your time and coming on air on today's program.
Shukran for having us. We really appreciate it.
Ameen. Let's start off with Uncle Ahmed. Let's start off with the obvious. How did Papa Essas come to life?
Sister Amara, during lockdown, we were obviously at home. I guess, making meals every day. Sal was always on my case about, sharing my recipes online, and I eventually sort of gave in. I mean, I knew nothing about, like TikTok or any of the social media programs. So that's how it started. I mean, to be honest, prior to that, I was not really a cook or anything like that. It all sort of just happened by accident.
By COVID, but by lockdown, yes.
But 100%, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sahal, I'm going to be asking you your questions, right? So, you're a qualified pastry chef. How has your formal training influenced the way you view ingredients?
Okay, so when I think of ingredients, I always try to keep it high quality, because high quality ingredients will always give you the best outcome at the end. As well as I learned how different ingredients work with each other, individually and together. And
Okay, I agree. The better quality ingredients give you better products and also better end results.
A better taste, and your dish also comes out very, very yummy indeed. Now, to both Uncle Ahmed and Sahal, your videos have such a great energy. How do you come up with your ideas? And who usually takes the lead? Let's ask Uncle Ahmed this question as well, and then Sahal can come in after that.
Mr. Mara, we watch a lot of videos online. We take inspiration from watching TikTok videos on recipes and things like that. We of course try to add in our own flavor, so we sort of do fusion food. We take like maybe Indian ingredients with Western methods of cooking, that type of thing. A lot of it is from cooking shows and things like that. Obviously, we take inspiration. I mean, my biggest inspiration was my mum. I have two sisters that are in the food industry, so I take inspiration from them as well. Sal and I, we actually argue quite a bit in the kitchen. we always trying to add new flavor. So yeah.
Okay, and Sahal, your answer to this question, your videos have such great energy. How do you come up with your ideas, and who usually takes the lead? Like your dad said, that you always argue in the kitchen, but I suppose at the end of the day, whatever you're making, you enjoy that meal as well.
100%, I agree with my father. I guess In other words, we do everything together when it comes to the discussion of how the video is going to be done or how the recipe is going to be done. We discuss, or rather, as you said, argue until we find the best outcome.
Uncle Ahmad, we've seen paprika pop up a few times in your videos. What's your go-to use for it, and why do you think it's such a great spice?
You know, paprika is so versatile. I mean, you know, I use it a lot for color. It also adds a bit of flavor if you're using sweet paprika or smoked, if you want to add a bit of a smoky flavor to the dish. I guess I use it a lot simply because it adds a rich color to the dish.
Okay, so that's why a lot of your meals, when you look at it, it has that lovely, deep, rich red. And I was wondering what masala you're using to get that color.
I actually thought it's a Kashmiri spice, you know? Yes.
So they do have... Sorry?
Marv, I do use Kashmiri as well. So I guess what happens, or I feel that, you know, with the paprika, when it mixes with the other spices, it just adds that depth of color. And that's why you would find, I think a lot of people have said this to me before, like they love the color or the way the dish looks. So I would definitely say paprika is well, that's the reason why the dishes look so rich.
So that's your secret ingredient, because I actually I follow you guys for I've been following you for a while, and I noticed in most of the dishes, even the traditional Indian dishes, it has paprika, and I was intrigued, and I wanted to know. It's not something that you come across where I notice it's in your dal and rice. It's in most of your ingredients. It's in most of your dishes. So I was very intrigued. So
I think I use. Sorry, Marv. I think I use paprika in I would say probably 99.9% of my of the meals that I make. It's definitely my go-to ingredient, 100%.
Okay. Sahal, as a pastry chef, what's one dessert you think everyone should learn to make at home?
Okay, so the pastry chef in me is screaming macarons, but that's a super difficult.
I had a feeling you're going to say that, because I seen the video with your dad and your macaron challenge between each other. And I come and tell you something, as a pastry chef as well. I don't know, did you do cooking as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, no, I mean, like, did you do culinary and pastry?
No, so I did patisserie only, and cooking I learned at home with my father.
Okay. So so I did both, but even as a pastry chef, I know I mastered mine only about 2 years ago when I was interning at Jasmine. And till then, macarons was a nightmare. If you told me macarons, I'd tell you no. It's not nice, don't have it.
I feel like macarons is sometimes all about luck, eh? Because you just never know. It could flop at the last minute of it.
It's true.
You know, I must be honest. When we made that video, I was super confident. I really thought that, I'm going to get this thing right. And I mean, Saul was still in culinary school at the time. And I was obviously trying to tell him, hey, listen, I know better. I can make this thing. It doesn't look that difficult. Until I attempted to make it. And, if you saw the video, then you would know that I failed miserably. So yeah, I would say that is probably the most difficult thing to make for me.
So Sal, what dessert is it that you feel every person should learn to make at home?
Okay, so quick and easy, simple, and you can never go wrong. Everyone's gonna love it if you make it for the fam. A fridge tart. Simple.
Okay, lovely. That's an easy recipe as well. To Uncle Ahmad, what's it been like watching your son grow into a chef and a creator? Any proud dad moment you'd like to share with us?
Sahal, coming out of school, he didn't really know what he wanted to do. And then obviously with us, or with him rather, being with me or helping me in the kitchen and things like that, I think he took on a passion for food. So we then decided to send him to culinary school. And he obviously graduated. Those are one of my proudest moments. He's also been on TV. He's been on cooking shows. Also through TikTok, we've had some success with brand advertising, things like that. I'm extremely proud of the young man that he's turned out to be.
Alhamdulillah, yes, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Sahal, how has your dad's influence shaped your journey in food, both on camera and off?
To be honest, I was never a kid that would be interested in the kitchen growing up. I was more like the kid asking me, when is the food going to be ready? But I guess, as my father said, during lockdown, we both found interest in food, social media. Well, that would mean on camera. And that led me to culinary school and to where I am today. So I would say that he played a huge role in my influence towards my food career.
Mm-hmm. Uncle Umar, have you ever tried using something completely unexpected in a traditional dish, like adding peanut butter to a curry or cola in a marinade? How did it turn out?
I must be honest, I haven't ventured that far out, when trying out new ingredients and things like that. However, I have used cola or use cola in marinades to sort of tenderize the meat, especially like with a thick piece of steak. I find that it definitely is a good tenderizing agent. But other than that, I don't think I have the confidence to sort of mess around with different or weird ingredients. Rather, I try to stick as close as possible to your traditional ingredients. I do play around with ingredients though. Like I like fusion food, so I'd mess around with Western ingredients and sort of Eastern ingredients. But that's as far as I have went with my ingredients.
Sahal, is there a savory ingredient that you love sneaking into your sweets that always catch people off guard?
I don't really have anything in mind, but I'm not sure if this counts, but in my chocolate desserts, I sneak a little bit of espresso powder because it enhances that rich chocolate flavor and takes the dish to the next level.
Interesting. That's something we can actually try out, Even if a little bit of espresso powder, it takes a dessert to another level. Different taste indeed, yes, a rich taste.
Very Italian. So what's your opinion on chocolate in chili? Chili in chocolate.
Personally, I don't really like it, but I guess it's an acquired taste. Some people love it, so yeah.
Okay, we're going to ask Uncle Ahmed to share with us his favorite lamb pani chow recipe. So Uncle Ahmed, please go ahead and share that lovely recipe with the listeners.
Okay, so it's sort of your traditional lamb curry. If we're using a kilo of lamb, I try to use the leg pieces. I find it's less bony, but that's I guess that's left up to the individual. I use about 100 ml of vegetable oil, about 50 grams of ghee. You're going to need 2 onions diced, 4 potatoes peeled and cut in half, 50 grams of tomato paste, 3 tomatoes blended. I usually add a pinch of sugar in that, 2 slit green chili, 100 grams of coriander leaves. And then for your whole spices, you're going to need a stick of cinnamon, 3 cardamom pods, a teaspoon of cumin seeds, a bay leaf, 3 cloves, and 4 black peppercorns. For your powdered spices, you're going to need a tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste, a teaspoon of red chili paste, which is what we call red masala, 50 ml of lemon juice, a quarter teaspoon of turmeric, 1.5 teaspoons of coriander powder, 1.5 teaspoons of cumin powder, 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri masala, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of garam masala, and a teaspoon of coarse salt. For the method, you're going to heat up a pot with ghee and oil. Add in the whole spices, allow that to sizzle, add in your onions. I think this is the most important part of the flavor creation process in a curry. You must make sure that the onions are sort of golden brown. You don't want it to burn, but also not have it sort of raw. So that's a very important step, I think, in creating a good curry. Then reduce the heat, add your powdered spices and fry for about 60 seconds. Then add in the tomato paste, mix that all together, fry for about 30 seconds. Then increase to high heat, add the lamb together with green chilies and half of the coriander leaves. This is also sort of, most people don't do this. I like adding the coriander with the lamb pieces. Mix, allow that to fry for about 10 minutes. Then lower to medium heat, close the pot and cook for 30 minutes. Then increase to high heat, add the potatoes together with 2 cups of water. Mix and bring that to a boil, then lower the heat to medium heat, cover the pot and cook for 20 minutes. Then add in the blended tomatoes, mix that, cover the pot and cook for a further 15 minutes. And that's basically that. Garnish with the balance of the coriander leaves and you have yourself a yummy lamb curry.
Lovely, absolutely lovely. Very different indeed. Definitely going to be trying it out. What a lovely pot of gyro rice as well. And even some naan or rotis or rogni naan or even some puri will go too well if you don't want to make it into a pani chow as well. Now, to both Uncle Ahmed and Sahal, lastly, what are your social media handles that people could follow you both on?
So my social media on TikTok, I think all of my handles are the same, which is at Cooking with Papa Essa.
Okay, lovely.
And mine,
yes.
Sorry, mine would be at Sahal Essa Cooks, SAHALESSA Cooks.
All right.
On all platforms.
And I must commend Uncle Ahmed on the curry khichdi. Yes, absolutely, the curry khichdi. For me, that's an outstanding dish. I've seen all your videos as well. In fact, all your dishes are absolutely lovely as well. But the curry khichdi for me is like so outstanding, for a male to make such a lovely curry khichdi dish that I think women can only perfect in that, But alhamdulillah, you've taken curry khichdi to another level as well. And how you actually boil the oil dal with the rice as well, and how you actually blended the tomato and the onion into that curry, absolutely divine, absolutely, with the aloo fry and all the side dishes as well. So well done to you, Uncle Ahmed, yes. And
Shukran, I appreciate that.
Yes, Jazakallah khair as well. And Jazakallah to Uncle Ahmed and Sahal for joining us on today's program as well. And Jazakallah for also putting us on your social media pages as well, on Radio Islam as well. And happy cooking and grant you lots and lots of barakah as well. Jazakallah khair.
Ameen. Shukran for having us on your show.
Ameen. Indeed a pleasure. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Well, Zakir, it was a lovely father and son duo as well, a lovely interview as well. Great cooks out there, great chefs out there as well.
Yes, lovely page, love the content.
Yes, and the listeners can follow their Uncle Amar on Cooking with Papa Essa and Sahal at Sahal Essa Cooks as well. And they're on TikTok, on Instagram as well. And the lamb bunny chow recipe is on the Radio Islam Instagram page. Go to @Radio Islam. You can also get the recipe on our website as well. Go to radioislam.co.za. And if you don't have access to the internet, then call Sister Ruqayya and she will gladly assist you. You can call on 854-011, 854-7022. Well, our interactive question on today's program, it basically blends in with our cooking segment.